If you're considering embroidery, then you've come to the right video today. And if you think that sewing and embroidery are the same, just because you use the same machine, you are largely mistaken. Sewing and embroidery are like two completely different hobbies. You need different thread, different tools, and different techniques. The only thing you share are scissors and a machine for the most part, which is like great on your wallet. You still buy a lot of extra things. But we're not talking about all the things you need for embroidery. That's not this video. Today we're talking about machines. The beginner-friendly ones all the way to the big boys, those multi-needles. I'm going to give you a few details and then you're going to take what I'm giving you and decide which one is best for you. I always try to say this is going to be short, but I don't know how short it's going to be. Anyway, I'm going to try not to ramble so I can rattle these off for you. I'm going to start with the cheapest and I'm going to end with the most expensive. We're going to clearly progress to the bigger ones. The first one is going to be the Brother SE700. This machine is the kind of machine you want to get if you're just going to dip your toe into embroidery. This one is small, so it has a 4x4 hoop. It is Wi-Fi connected, so you can use the system that Brother has to download the app and you can send your designs through to the machine for whatever is not already there. This will be something, like I said, literally just getting started. Patches, totes, small things, so you can get the hang of embroidery. So if you actually end up ditching embroidery, you won't be too steep in there where you feel like you gotta keep going. There should always be a level of, I gotta try something just to see if I like it or not. And if you have to get a machine because you can't go somewhere to figure out if you want to learn embroidery or you don't have nobody you know with a machine, then this would probably be a great place to start. The next machine is going to be the Viking Quartz 29. This is one of Viking's newest machines. It is their entry-level machine into embroidery. So let me put this in right now. If you don't have a sewing machine either, but you also want to do embroidery, your best bet would be to get a machine that is not just a sewing machine, but also an embroidery machine, so that you can kind of get a hang of the embroidery while you're even getting the hang of sewing. This one has a 7-inch display, 170 millimeter by 100 millimeter hoop size. So again, small things, patches, tote bags, something on the back. Maybe if you pull the pants apart, smaller things to get the hang of sewing. There are 180 designs and 10 fonts. You can do monograms as well. So just getting a hang of embroidery. This next machine is not a combo machine. It is just embroidery, but it does look like just a sewing machine. It is the Janome Memory Craft 400E. This is for everybody who already has a sewing machine if you're sewing and you want to try embroidery on a pretty solid machine and you don't want it to do anything else. That's the only thing this is going to do, embroidery. It's again, maybe let's say mid-size hoop, 7.9 by 7.9. There are 160 designs already on the machine. You can upload your designs with USB. It's got a touch screen, all the things the other ones had, but it's just for embroidery. So there is no, did I knock it out of timing because I was sewing with it or something? You don't have none of those issues. This next one is a combo machine. It is a Brother NS2850D. It has a 5x7 hoop, so it's for medium-sized projects. You can upload your designs through Brother's program Artspire. What I really think is cool is that it has automatic jump stitch trimming, so that little stitch in between your designs or letters or whatever, it trim that off, which it may seem little, but it does save a bit of time. And that's really smart and intuitive as well. I really love that. It is also a pretty small machine. Everybody don't have a dedicated sewing space. I understand. I don't quite yet either. And if you need to put that machine up, this machine would be a great machine for you who don't have a dedicated space yet. You can pack it up, put it away in a cupboard, on top of a cabinet, wherever it is you put your machine, and it won't take up a ton of space. This next machine is the Bernina B79. There are 500 designs and it is also a medium-sized hoop, 6x10. What I like about this one is that this machine, the Bernina will read different kind of embroidery software types. Most machines only read one file. Let me give you an example. Your computer is a Windows. You can't read Mac stuff on your computer, on your Windows. Same way for Mac. You can't read Windows files. It don't work, right? You can't open Microsoft PowerPoint on a Mac. You can't open slides on a Windows computer. But what you can do is convert both of those into a PDF, a slides or PowerPoint, and that way it is readable on both. That is basically this Bernina. It allows you to take files from different kinds of systems, and if you upload them into the machine, it's going to read them, which is a really great selling point, because it can be really hard if you're getting files from places you're buying designs and maybe they don't have your file type. You gotta figure out how to convert it. You're not limited to just one kind of software and then kicking yourself in the butt when you only realize after you've paid for, bought, whatever the design and you're trying to upload it to your machine. This next machine is the Viking Topaz 65. The Topaz used to be Viking's entry-level machine into embroidery that has now gone to the courts. And the Topaz has gotten a complete makeover. There is no longer the little tiny screen and buttons to work with for the interface. It now has a full touchscreen. You can use MySewNet, as well as, of course, upload things through your USB. The embroidery area is not so medium anymore, maybe medium large. It's 4x8. I love that this one also has drum stitch trimming, but also there is an exact needle position, so you can see where your needle is going to go before it starts embroidering, and that is really helpful if you are continuing a design, because the hoop area is not big enough for you to do the design in one go. This one is a good machine for someone who is looking for a machine and wants to embroider, but really for someone who's looking to upgrade their machine. Maybe you have a smaller brother embroidery, or you've got a sewing machine that you want something else, but you also want to try embroidery. This would be a great upgrade for you. I love Viking machines, and I swear by their buttonhole. I think Viking has the best buttonhole, automatic buttonhole in the game. That's just me. I use it. I love it. I don't know. They got the best one. But this one ain't cheap. So that's why I said this is a great upgrade. And from here on, we're going to go into machines that are built for upgrades, not machines that are beginner. This next machine is the Pfaff Creative Icon 2. I'm going to start by saying this has a really cool feature that a few machines have that I think we're going to start seeing more of, which is going to make sewing more accessible. And I think they're doing this because the age for sewing has gotten so much bigger that they're not trying to age out their technology for the older people. What is that? This has a speech recognition feature. So someone who is older, who maybe they can't press or they're having a hard time seeing or things like that, not only are machines talking to you, but you can also talk to them. And I feel like that is such a very cool feature, and it is like the future is here today in sewing. Like, I never thought that would be a feature for a sewing machine, but it is, and it's really cool and it's really inclusive, and I love that. Another thing that this has is, and don't shoot the messenger, it is helpful, but it has an AI powered presser foot recognition. What is that? Basically, the machine can tell when you're using the wrong presser foot for the wrong kind of project you're trying to do. Any machine, computerized machine, it will tell you which foot to use for what stitch or what project, whatever it is you're doing. And you could put the wrong foot on. I know I don't always use the foot I'm supposed to for certain fabrics or things like that, because I prefer certain feet, period. But the machine can now tell, hey, you're using the wrong foot for this stitch or this project or this weight or whatever. I don't know how that works practically, and if it is like a stumbling block for people who also are like me and have a preference on what kind of presser foot they use, but I do think that is really helpful. This one has a large embroidery area, 14 by 14. This has a built-in projector where it's going to show you where your stitches or design is going to be on your fabric, and also dual feed, which at this price point, I think that machine should have both of those things. The projector, also the exact needed position, and the dual feed. I shouldn't be paying this much money and not getting those three things. Okay, this next machine, they are really showing out. It is the Bernina 900 with a big, large embroidery area. 16 by 12, 14-inch throat. That's some nice stuff. 10-inch touchscreen, needle precision. This part is really cool. So they have this feature where there's a camera and a scanner in the machine, and it is going to scan, take a picture of whatever is in the throat area, and on the screen for Bernina, because you know Bernina doesn't have a side touch screen, theirs is on top, which as much as I think it is really smart and more effective, I absolutely hate that design. But anyway, it is going to show you your stitches or your design on the fabric, but it's not projecting it. It's going to show you what it looks like on the screen. That is really cool. This machine is not an upgrade from a basic machine. This is an upgrade from an already embroidery machine, I'm gonna be honest. So that's where we're headed. At this price, you're not getting a new embroidery machine because you've already embroidered, but because you've never embroidered. You're getting this machine because you already embroidered and you want an upgraded machine with a 14-inch throat and a 16 by 16-inch hoop. This next machine is another big boy that you are getting if you already embroider and you want a bigger embroidery machine. It is the machine that brother unveiled earlier this year, Avenger EV1. It is huge. Also 14-inch throat. This one has an 11 by 18 embroidery area, so again, huge. You can do many things. This one also has the projection on the machine, but it also projects grid lines so that you can align everything properly instead of always having to take the ruler, pull it out, put it back in. The grid is already there. This one is also very techy and really cool. Love this feature. There is voice guidance. The machine companies are not trying to age out their customer. So you get step-by-step instructions on how to do something. The machine is going to tell you how to do it, but not just in English, in 14 languages. That is like major. And I think that is major because it is just the start of some kind of technology like this. This hasn't been something that's been here for like 20 years and they're building upon it. This is something that they are starting and pulling and working on now. 14 languages as a start is a great start. Machines are getting really techy and it's not always terrible, but I do think there's a limit and there's a place to say, hey, we're going too far. This is not too far. I think this is really, really good for people who have been embroidering or sewing or whatever their whole life. And maybe they don't have the same mobility anymore. Maybe they can't see the same. Maybe they can't hear the same. Having these accessibility features in a sewing machine is really smart. These last machines are for people who embroider, and they're going to be taking that up a few notches. These are multi-needles. The one that everybody uses that you probably see quite often is the Brother PR1055X. It is a 10 needle. These use multiple spools of thread at one time. You can upload any kind of design in there. It can embroider on anything. They are beasts for a reason and they have a lot of power and a lot of speed. What I love about these is the magnetic frame. You just kind of, you know, and it just sticks together and it's good. All the other machines, they've got a little slide, like a click. It's got to click into place. And sometimes, you know, if you don't align it properly, it's not gonna work. With the multi-needle, you kind of just pop it in and the machine goes. There isn't much, you know. Next one's going to be the Baby Lock Array. It is a 6 needle. The Baby Lock Venture, which is another 10 needle. Then the Bernina E16 Pro, which is a 16 needle. All these machines are expensive. They're really fast. They can do things like link up with other machines. If you're doing multiple embroidery designs at the same time. They have like 1,000 designs in them. They are big boys. They take up space. So you cannot take this machine down and put it somewhere and hide it. These take dedicated space up in any room. And these machines are an investment. This is not the place you start at. This is the place you grow to. I will say it'll be interesting if these machines also begin to have those like spoken features. Older businesses, they use these kind of machines when they're embroidering shirts and hats and totes or things for companies, and they get big orders. So I'm wondering how those kind of speech recognition and step-by-step instruction playback is going to begin to be integrated into these kind of machines. If it's going to be integrated at all. Who knows? We'll see. I hope this was quick. But, you know, if it wasn't, thank you for staying this whole time and watching. I hope this video has helped you make a decision on what kind of embroidery machine you're going to get. If you're interested in it and you have somewhere you could possibly go because there's a co-working space or you have a friend or somebody who already embroiders, I would say start there to give it a try. Like I said in the beginning, embroidery is its completely own world. It's a different hobby from sewing. And sewing takes up a lot of money, but so does embroidery. You do have to get a completely different set of tools. You've got to get stabilizer, you've got to get different needles, you've got to get, or more needles. You've got to use a different kind of thread. It's a lot different, you know, and you're learning a new skill. If you are unsure, try it in a shared space. Try it somewhere else before you spend the money, if you don't have to get a machine to do embroidering. Embroidering is not like sewing, whether you're making quilts or clothes. It's not like crochet, it's not like needling, it's not like knitting, it's not like anything else, but no two things are like the other. So, and it is just as expensive as all those other things. None of them are cheap. Or even if you can get a machine secondhand, if you can find one at a store, find one at a marketplace, and you want to give it a try, that is the first step. For all you people who are looking to upgrade though, it's a few good ones in here, and there are some other ones I did not mention, like the Viking Epic 3. That one is a good one. I know that a lot of people did not like the Epic 2, and they upgraded their 2 to the 3 because they didn't like the 2 at all. And I have been hearing good things about the Epic 3. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more sewing things for me, and I will see you next time.